What if I told you that the most powerful response to someone who hurt you is nothing at all? No argument, no explanation, no goodbye, no final message telling them exactly how they made you feel. Just silence. And then you walk away. Most people reading this right now are shaking their heads because everything inside you screams that walking away without a word is weakness, that you need closure, that they need to understand what they did, that leaving without saying anything means they win. But what if everything you believed about this was completely wrong? What if walking away without a word is not weakness at all, but the single most powerful move a human being can make? Today we are going to change the way you think about this forever. Here is the first thing you need to understand. Every conflict, every argument, every situation where someone wrongs you has a currency. And that currency is your reaction. When someone hurts you, disrespects you, betrays you, or dismisses you, they are waiting for your reaction, consciously or unconsciously. They want to see what you do. They want to see if you chase, if you beg, if you argue, if you break down, because your reaction tells them everything they need to know about how much power they have over you. And the moment you react, you pay them in full. You hand them the currency they were waiting for. You confirm that their actions matter enough to disturb your peace. You give them a front row seat to your emotional world. But when you walk away without a word, you bankrupt them. You take away the one thing they needed from the interaction. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is more unsettling to a person than not getting the reaction they expected from you. Think about the last time someone gave you the complete silent treatment and simply walked away from a situation you expected them to fight for. Remember how that felt. Remember the questions it created in your mind. Remember how long you thought about it afterward. That is the power of walking away without a word. It is not passive. It is not cowardly. It is the most calculated, deliberate, psychologically devastating response you can give to someone who does not deserve your energy. Now let me show you exactly why this works at a deep psychological level. Psychologists have identified something called the Zeigarnik Effect. It states that the human brain obsesses over unfinished business far more intensely than completed experiences. When something has a clear ending, a fight, a goodbye, a final conversation, the brain processes it and eventually moves on. But when something ends without closure, without a final word, without a reaction, without any explanation at all, the brain cannot close the file. It keeps returning to the unanswered question, over and over, in quiet moments, in the middle of the night, in spaces between other thoughts. What did I do wrong? Why did they just leave? Why didn't they say anything? Do they even care? And while their brain is stuck in that loop, you have already moved on. This is not cruelty. This is simply understanding how the human mind works and choosing to protect your peace instead of sacrificing it for someone who already showed you they do not value it. There are 5 situations where walking away without a word is always the right choice. Number 1, when someone repeatedly disrespects you after being told how it affects you. You have already used your words. You have already communicated. And they chose to continue anyway. At that point, words are no longer the answer. Your absence is. Number 2, when someone is trying to provoke a reaction from you specifically, certain people in your life, and you know exactly who they are, do not argue because they want resolution. They argue because they want to see you lose control. They want the reaction. They are feeding off your emotional response. Starve them. Walk away. Give them nothing. Number 3, when you feel yourself about to say something you cannot take back. The most underrated use of walking away is protecting yourself from your own anger. Sometimes the most powerful thing is not what you say. It is what you choose not to say. Walk away. Let the moment pass. Come back when you are the version of yourself you actually want to be. Number 4, when someone has already decided how they feel about you, regardless of what you say. You cannot change someone's mind with words when they have already emotionally decided. Arguing with a closed mind is wasted energy. Walking away is the only logical response. Number 5, when staying in the conversation costs you more than leaving does. Every interaction has an energy cost. Some conversations charge you, some drain you. When you recognize that continuing costs you your peace, your dignity, or your self-respect, the exit is always the right door. Now here is the part most people get wrong about walking away without a word. They think it requires anger, cold detachment, deliberately making someone feel bad. Real walking away requires none of that. Real walking away comes from a place so grounded, so settled, so certain of your own value, that the situation simply no longer qualifies for your reaction. Not because you are pretending not to care, but because you genuinely do not have the bandwidth to invest in something that does not serve you. This is the highest form of self-respect, and it is the thing that completely changes how the world treats you. Because when people realize that your peace is not negotiable, that you will not be provoked, that you will not chase, that you will not beg for resolution, they start to treat you differently, not out of fear, but out of respect. The person who can walk away without a word is the most unshakable person in any room. They cannot be manipulated because manipulation requires a reaction. They cannot be controlled because control requires compliance. They cannot be broken because breaking requires a reaction to the pressure. And when you become that person, truly become that person, something remarkable happens. The situations that once destroyed your peace for days start to dissolve in minutes. The people who once had power over your emotions lose that power completely. And you begin to move through the world with a quiet, unshakable confidence that most people spend their entire lives searching for. This is what walking away without a word actually is. Not a power move designed to hurt someone. A boundary designed to protect yourself. The most powerful version of you is not the one who always has the last word. It is the one who knows when no word is needed at all. Walk away, say nothing, and let your peace speak louder than any argument ever could. Subscribe to Lucid Dominance, because we are just getting started. New video every Tuesday and Friday. I will see you in the next one.